From his tiny flat in Newton Hall, Durham, it's Late Night Shite on Saturday night with John Murdoch. Featuring John Murdoch. John Murdoch. John Murdoch. Milkshake the Cow. Dave the Scary Ninja. And John Murdoch. Alright, and welcome to Late Night Shite on Saturday night with me, John Murdoch. Now, I've poured myself a drink. This is what I usually drink when I go down to my local pub, the Incompetent Prick. I'm so glad you could join me on my 20-minute delve into the cobweb-strewn corners of my mind. I'm doing this on a really low budget, a massively low bar, and really low self-esteem, so let's crack on. Now, here's something you don't hear every day. Actor Kevin Segal, who is Stephen's lesser-known brother, has been diagnosed with coronavirus. Kevin, who was the stunt coordinator on action blockbuster spy thriller Silvernose, and has starred in the movies Guts of War 2, Hard Artillery, One Cold Night, and Christmas Justice, was admitted to hospital in New Orleans last night. He is wishing Kevin a speedy recovery. Hey. And now, a special report by Late Night Shite roving reporter Ken News on what life might be like after the lockdown.
So, we've spent months stuck in our homes during lockdown, binge watching everything, like Britain's Got Talent, This Morning, everything on Disney Plus, Tiger King, and the daily government coronavirus updates. And once we got bored with that, we hit our gardens like green-fingered twats with a serious case of law and order. But what happens when lockdown is over and we can see friends and family again? Well, here's a few suggestions to ease us back into normality. Get on a train and visit one of your local bridges to wave, shout and holler at all the other trains. I enjoy that. Why don't you take a walk in the park? But be careful you don't stand in shit. Or maybe catch nits. Or why not torment a goose? Go on, it's been a while. What a stupid goose. Have a wander around your neighbourhood, looking in people's windows and checking out how bad their garden was. I'll do that now. Go feed some sheep. Farmers love that. And you'll be helping them out. Picnics in the park with a game of frisbee is always a hoot. Then cool yourself off with a plodge in the stream to keep Grandma's honking trotters washed, and craft a leaf bikini so Auntie Pauline don't feel left out. What about a trip to Alton Valley or Lightwater Towers and ride the roller coasters till your knuckles turn white? Yeah, rock on. Yes, meeting up with friends you haven't seen for ages will be brilliant, and you can plan what to do next, like go for lunch and chat about what you've done over the last 3 months, and then maybe get on an aeroplane and take a trip abroad. But don't forget to watch the traditional cabin crew fashion shows to raise money for Monkeys Without Mothers or something like that. Sport will be high on people's what-to-do lists as football resumes, if only we can remember where the turnstiles are to get in to watch it. If you can't get in, well, there's badminton, water skiing, golf, and a pommel horse, of course. Then, how about a trip to the shops to snap up all those new fashionable clothing we've missed during lockdown, so we can dress up and go out to the pub to enjoy drinking and chatting up the birds again. I can't bloody wait, I can tell you. Hey, this is Ken News for Late Night Shite. Good night.
Thanks, Ken, and I can't bloody wait either. Now, let's take a look at the gallery. Absolutely gorgeous. And now it's time for this. Now, most people to pass the time will be listening to all sorts of shite on the internet music websites such as Deezer, Spotify, Upstream, Pandora, and Beats Music. But what happens when you've finished listening to everything that's on there? What do you turn to? Hopefully not the audiobook of the movie Cats. Well, I'm subscribed exclusively to Spotify. They will look at your music history and recommend what you should be listening to next. Here's what Spotify has been recommending for me this week. At 10, it's Aerobic Dancing by Lionel Blair. Coming in at 9, by request only, it's Ken. Al Davis and his Christian Crusaders are at 8. Good for them. Thank You for the Dove at number 7, it's Mike Adkins. Eddie Mac Live at the Open Face Sandwich Club is at 6. At 5, Richie Ricardo is El Natural. Cliché storming at number 4 with Bluebird. At 3, it's a salsa attack by Conjunta Granada. Little David Wilkins storms in at number 2 with King of All Taverns. And at number 1, it's Nights Are Forever by England Dan and John Ford Coley. That's me sorted. Sportive. And now it's time for that sad part of the show where we pay tribute to those we lost this week. So sad. And now it's time for some arse-quivering delights from our old pal Arthur C. Biscuit and his weird world.
UFOs, Bigfoot, mermaids, conspiracies, demons, ghosties, witches, warlocks, and arseholes who bend spoons. All of these phenomena can be found in the X-Files from the filing cabinet of Arthur C. Biscuit and his weird world. Mr. Pumpkin, the three-headed beast who lived in Louisiana in the 1970s, was believed to be a direct descendant of Cerberus, the mythical hound of Hades. Many myth scientists at the Tiddington Institute say that it may just be down to polluted water and infected pork. In 1966, 10-year-old Irish psychic Liam Muldoon predicted that on the 26th of April there would be a disaster at Chernobyl's nuclear facility. He was 10 years too late. If only I was born 10 years ago, I could have saved a load of lives, he said at the time. Chilling stuff indeed. 1969, Neil Armstrong was reported to have secretly smuggled a moon cat back to Earth under NASA's noses. The cat, which he named Jesus, was said to have a meow that could shatter glass and a purr that turned Buzz Aldrin gay. The nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty is based on a real person, Humphrey Dumpton, who is alleged to have been an alien Eggman, not of this earth. Spiritual psychic medium Kevin Swoon believes that he has channeled so many spirits that he has ended up with the affliction known as ghost neck. Could this photograph, taken in 1973, show a Sasquatch on holiday in Scotland? Many Bigfoot and Big Feet experts believe it could be genuine. Sleep well and keep your eyes on the skies.
Well, that's me not sleeping tonight. Thank God it's time for the not particularly funny news. The BBC has confirmed that the TV talent show The Greatest Dancer has been cancelled after 2 series. Well, there was never any point to that show anyway, because we all know who the greatest dancer is, and it's this fella. Breaking news, I think we're about to go live to Downing Street to hear a statement from the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. Well, I think we're going to have to come back to this a bit later. Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner and her husband Joe Jonas have revealed that before she would start dating him, he had to binge watch all of the Harry Potter films. They now build Harry Potter Lego sets together. Joe Jonas has been reported as saying, "I love it. I bet his wand has never been out of his hand." Okay, back to Downing Street now, where I believe Boris Johnson is now ready to give his statement. Okay, we will go back to that in a minute. Odeon and AMC cinemas have announced that they will not show any Universal movies in their cinemas once people start going back to the cinemas after lockdown. This is because Universal have decided that they will release their future movies in the theatres and on video on demand at the same time. And unless Universal back down from this decision, we will not see films like the Jurassic Park films or the Fast and the Furious films in cinemas. Meh. Oh, I can confirm that we can now definitely go live back to 10 Downing Street for Boris Johnson to make his important announcement. Well, hopefully we'll hear the Prime Minister's statement very soon. And now it's time for the Roman numeral lottery. Okay, fingers crossed, and here are your winning numbers. 2, 6, 17, 39, 56 and 77. And your bonus numbers are 43 and 63. Well, I hope we've got some winners tonight. And that was the Roman numeral lottery. Okay, I've just had word and we can definitely go back now for the Prime Minister at Downing Street. And that's all we've got time for. Well, almost. As you know, in some circles, I'm known as the male Gal Gadot. And just like her uplifting video where her and her celebrity pals got together and did a rendition of John Lennon's Imagine, I got in touch with some of my friends and colleagues and have put together this video to bring hope and love to you all. Beautiful. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. You did, didn't you, Dave?
Hey!
Please comment and send in anything you like to my Twitter @ZipHavoc using the hashtag LNSOSNWJM. I have my signed photo of Percy Sugden. Good night.
Mm.